Okay, the first thing that you're going to need to do is smooth out your bag. Don't worry if the very bottom has a little rip or anything like this one does. You won't actually be using that very bottom, so it's fine. Right. And if you just pull out the handles a little bit, then you can stick your finger or your hand in there, sort of smooth along, and then the top usually goes along with it, and you'll just smooth it down. It doesn't have to be very precise. It just makes it easier to fold. Okay. And then you're going to fold the bag. Fold it in half, lengthwise. Smooth. Do the same thing. Again. Smooth. And one more time. And then you're basically left with this. Alright, now you're going to cut off the ends. So you're just going to cut off where the plastic bags start. And then you'll cut off the end as well. And so, like I said, with that little tear, you won't even need it. Alright, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to basically just start cutting sections. I do them about 1 inch in width, because that I just find that they don't tear as easily when you are working with the plastic yarn later. If you can, try to make one big cut. That one's a little wider, but that's fine. And then rather than, I mean, you can do like 2 smaller ones. It's not really that big of a deal. If you get down to the end, it's, you know, it doesn't make 2 full sizes, but you just don't want them to be really, really narrow, because otherwise they will just pull apart. All right, now you're left with like a little pile of plastic strips. All right, and then all you're gonna do is you're gonna unravel the little thing, and you're left with, it's hard to see, but it's basically a giant circle, okay? And so you just do, you'll need 2 of them to start with. And then you're gonna loop it. So you just take this one over here and this one over here, and you'll pull one through, and then you're going to kind of loop it back in on itself, on just one of them, see? So it's like this. You go that way, and then gently pull. You don't want to pull too tight, because if you do, it will rip the bag. Alright, and then for the next one, we're going to do pretty much the exact same thing. And I'll do a few of these so you can see a little bit more. Now the bag I'm using is it's a white bag with red and black writing, so that will determine what it looks like. So you can use different color bags or whatever you just happen to have. It doesn't really matter. But if you want to be more detailed about it, you can use the same type or something like that. Alright. And then you will want to sort of grab the old knot when you are pulling. Otherwise you could end up with one side being a little bit longer. But alright. Okay. Now when you're done, you're going to want to make a ball out of this. I will actually post the link to my center ball or center pull ball tutorial. I've actually been making crochet bowls out of this plastic yarn that I've had, and then I've been using them in my shed, my storage shed. I recently had some hardware I had to take off of some closet doors and things to stack them up a little bit more neatly, and anyway, so I just sort of put those little bowls out there, and that way I can keep it sorted, and I'm not worried about like if they ever got damaged or whatever, because obviously it really didn't cost me anything other than, you know, how much ever a plastic bag costs that's worked into the price of whatever I'm buying. So I wanted to show you what it looks like when it's all wrapped up. Now, don't be fooled. It looks a little, I mean, it looks bigger, but it's not really a lot of actual length. If you're doing anything of really any moderate size, you're definitely going to need a lot of plastic bags. But when you are doing like when you're making a ball out of it, you're going to need to make sure you do it really, really loosely. Otherwise, when you go to pull on something, it will snap the bag. So you do have to be a little delicate with it. But I'll show you. So I did it very loosely, but you know, it still works.